All right, so today we're going to talk about a place we all know, McDonald's. But we're not talking about a busy lunch rush. We're talking about what happens after they lock the doors and everything goes quiet. We're diving into a really terrifying first-person story about a night shift that went completely sideways.
But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever had that feeling? You know the one. That little prickle on the back of your neck that tells you someone's watching, even when you're sure you're the only one there? Hold on to that feeling, because that's exactly where this story is about to take us.
So, this all starts with something super relatable. We've got a young guy who just needs to make some money, but what starts out as a pretty normal, if not a little boring work shift, well, it turns into an absolute nightmare. Okay, so let's get to know our main character. He's 17, trying to save up some cash for college. He's been at this job for about 3 months, but he's only ever worked the day shifts, when it's bright and busy. But he's a good kid, wants to impress his boss, so when they ask for someone to cover a night shift, he jumps at the chance.
And that's the gig he lands. Saturday night. From midnight all the way to 5 in the morning. That's 5 straight hours. Totally alone in the dead of night. Think about a McDonald's for a second. It's always buzzing, right? The sounds, the lights, people everywhere. But when you're the only one there, that familiar place gets real quiet, real fast. And that's when it starts to feel strange.
His manager leaves him a to-do list before heading out, and it's all just boring stuff. Refill the sauce bottles, mop the floors, wipe the tables, just routine chores to kill time until the morning crew shows up. Nothing weird about that.
So, a couple hours go by. He's just got his head down, doing the work. Then he glances at the clock. It's 2 in the morning. Not a single car has pulled into the drive-thru. And that silence he noticed before, it starts to feel heavy, like it's pressing in on him.
And that's when it happens. Out of absolutely nowhere, this feeling washes over him. It's that feeling we talked about. He is not alone. Somebody is watching him.
Now, his brain immediately tries to shut this down. He tells himself, look, I've never worked this late, I'm just tired, my mind's playing tricks on me. The logical explanation. It has to be, right? But you can't just shake a feeling like that. It sticks with you. And for him, that vague feeling of being watched is about to become something he can actually see. He just kind of glances over at the big front windows, and there it is, a dark shape. Just a black silhouette standing out there in the parking lot, perfectly still, looking right in.
And again, he tries to rationalize it. He thinks, that's crazy, it's gotta be my imagination. I mean, seriously, who would be standing around outside a closed McDonald's at this hour? He forces himself to look away, to get back to mopping.
But he can't help it. His eyes snap back to the window. And his stomach just drops. The shape, it's not where it was before. It's moved. It's way closer now.
Okay, this is it. This is the moment where any hope of a rational explanation just completely evaporates. This is the peak of the terror. He's trying to ignore it, trying to pretend it's not there. And then a sound cuts through that dead silence. A voice. And all it says is, I can see you. He looks up, and he's staring right into the face of his worst nightmare. Because it's not a person. He says it looked like some kind of demon. Its eyes were glowing blood red, and they were locked right on him. And then it started banging on the glass. Bang, 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 over and over.
So what do? You don't think, you just react. The cleaning list, the job, being a good employee, none of that matters. The only thing in his entire world is getting out of there, now.
The next few minutes are just a total blur of panic. He slaps the close sign on the door, bolts to his car, and just floors it. A minute later, he's on the phone with his manager, heart hammering against his ribs, trying to sound like he isn't completely losing his mind. And this is the thing, right? There's this huge gap between what really happened and what he can possibly tell somebody. He just says he feels sick and he's going home. It's a simple, believable lie. Because how do you even start to explain the truth? Yeah, hi, I had to leave because a demon was trying to break into the restaurant. He knew nobody would ever believe him.
That night changed something in him. He made a vow to himself right then and there. He was done. He would never ever work a night shift again. He'd rather quit and find a whole new job than ever risk feeling that kind of terror again. So, that kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on. At night, we all hear weird noises, right? A floorboard creaks, a branch scrapes against the window, and we just tell ourselves, oh, it's nothing.
But after a story like this, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? What noises are you choosing to ignore?